What you've been waiting for so long is finally here, but it didn't come with trumpets or grand revelations. It's subtle, silent, almost like a gentle breeze at the end of the afternoon, which you only notice when you surrender to the moment. It didn't arrive with the force of a storm, nor with the clarity of an evident answer. It's a sign that emerges from the depths of your being, like a call you might not be ready to hear immediately, but it is here, present, pulsating in your reality. It manifests in the small coincidences, in those nuances that you have often ignored or deemed irrelevant. The answers you sought so much have always been around you, and now they are screaming in a different way. They present themselves in the subtext of your doubts, in your hesitations, in the questions you repeatedly ask the universe, hoping for something that would confirm your desires, your suspicions, your deepest hopes. What makes this moment unique is your ability now to perceive what was not visible before. Perhaps because there has been an internal change, something inside you was broken, undone, rebuilt. Your sensitivity, so easily suffocated by the rush and demands of the external world, suddenly opened in a way that allows you to feel. Not with your eyes, not with reason, but with that part of you that always knew the truth, the one that was always connected to something greater. You may not fully understand this sign, and that's okay. Not everything needs to be understood immediately. Sometimes what matters is not deciphering every detail, but accepting what is being revealed. And what is being revealed now is an opportunity, not just any opportunity, but one that resonates with your inner self, that dialogues with your most intimate dreams, those you have kept hidden for so long, afraid of being judged unrealistic, naive, or unattainable. This is the moment to stop doubting. Doubts have kept you paralyzed for too long, hesitating between fear and hope, between desire and reason. You are waiting for a clear sign, almost like a direct order to act, but what presents itself now is something more delicate. It requires more attentive listening, a deeper look within yourself. This sign didn't come to push you abruptly, but to gently guide you to the path that was already waiting for you. Look around. Feel the energy that surrounds your days, your choices. There is a new light shining on what seemed dark. There is a new direction forming on the road ahead. And this light, this direction, doesn't come from outside. It comes from you. Everything you have gone through up to here, the pains, the disappointments, the moments of loneliness, all of this was part of the process that prepared you for this moment. The sign is the confirmation that you are ready to move forward, to leave behind uncertainties, to finally surrender to what your heart already knows to be right. But there is a warning that accompanies this sign. Do not ignore it. Do not let the voices of doubt, of fear, or the distractions of everyday life drown out what is being revealed to you. Often, it is easier to ignore than to accept. Accepting means change, and change is always uncomfortable. It means you will have to step out of your comfort zone, abandon old habits, leave behind what you believe to be your truth. Accepting the sign is allowing yourself to transform, is opening up to the unknown, to the new. But the new is not something to be feared. It is the door to what you always wanted, but perhaps never believed possible. The sign that now manifests is not a whim of fate, nor a random coincidence. It is the answer to your intentions, to what you silently asked for during sleepless nights, in moments of despair or in hours of deep reflection. What you desired, purely, honestly, the universe heard, and now it responds. Not as you expected, perhaps not in the form you imagined, but it is here. The key now is your perception. Being open, being attentive, is essential. It's not about seeing only with the eyes, but perceiving with the heart. The mind will try to rationalize, will want proofs, explanations, but what is presented before you does not fit within the limits of pure reason. It is something that transcends. It is a call to your soul, not to your ego. This is a moment of intuition, of trusting in what is beyond the tangible, the measurable. If you feel a tightness in your chest, an internal agitation, this is the reflection of what is happening on levels you still cannot translate into words. It is your soul recognizing the truth in what is being revealed. This sign is a reminder that you are not alone, that there is something greater, an invisible but present force guiding you. This force has always been there, even when you thought you were lost, without direction. It was just waiting for the moment when you would be ready to see it. Now is the time to act. Not in haste, not with the anxiety of someone who fears losing something, but with the certainty of someone on the right path. The sign did not come to rush you, but to affirm that this is the way. The journey may be long, and the steps may still be uncertain, but the most important thing has already happened. The first step has been taken. The sign called you. It is up to you to respond. Inside you, there is a courage that may have remained dormant for too long. This sign came to awaken it, to remind you that you are capable, that what you need is within you, not outside. The external world may present challenges, obstacles, doubts, but your true power comes from within. Believe in that. Accept that. Do not let fear or insecurity steal this moment of awakening from you. You don't need to know all the details of what comes next. It is not necessary to have all the answers now. What matters is to follow the flow of this new call, to trust the process, to allow yourself to be guided by intuition, by the feeling that, finally, things are beginning to align. Do not cling to control. Do not try to force outcomes. This sign is the beginning of a new phase, and like all beginnings, it carries with it the uncertainty and wonder of the unknown. And that is beautiful. The beauty of not knowing exactly where the road will take you is that at every turn, there is a new discovery, a new lesson. The sign is the invitation to this journey, a journey that is not about reaching a final destination, but about what you will discover along the way, what you will discover about yourself, about your strengths, about your fears, and about the vastness of your own being. This is the call. Do not ignore it. It does not return in the same way, it does not repeat itself. If you let it pass, it may silence for a time until you are ready again. But now, while it echoes within you, while your heart still feels the vibration of this new opportunity, this is the moment to accept. Accept that what you waited for so long is finally here. Accept that you are ready to move forward, to leave behind everything that no longer resonates with your truth, to make space for what is to come. There is no more room for old doubts, for the fears that held you back for so long. The sign is here, and it asks for courage, not the courage of not feeling fear, but the courage to act despite it. The courage to believe in what you feel, even when the world around you may seem to say otherwise. The courage now required of you is not the heroic bravery of epic tales, but the quiet determination of one who chooses the unknown path. It is the strength of someone who looks within and recognizes that, no matter how fear tries to whisper in the ear, there is a stronger, older voice that resonates deep in the soul, reminding you that you always knew what you needed to do. This sign is not just an external event or a coincidence of fate. It is the reflection of everything you have internally cultivated over time, of your deepest thoughts, your silent prayers, the desires you have kept locked away for so long, thinking you did not deserve them, or believing they were unrealistic. The sign has arrived to show you that the time to believe in yourself is not tomorrow, not in a few years. It is now. The present carries within it the seed of all your possibilities. When you are completely immersed in the now, without letting the shadows of the past pull you back, or the uncertainties of the future paralyze your steps, it is in this moment that true magic happens. The sign you have waited for so long carries an undeniable truth. It is the invitation to live fully what is before you, without reservations, without postponements. But are you ready for this surrender? Are you willing to abandon the excuses that have kept you in a cycle of waiting for so long? Waiting for a perfect moment, for a clearer confirmation, for a security that in truth will never exist in the way you imagine. What the sign asks of you is not perfection, it is action. It does not demand that you know everything, only that you trust enough to take the next step. This step you need to take may be small, almost imperceptible to others, but within you it carries immense weight. It is the moment to break away from that internal voice that has always tried to convince you that you were not enough, that you needed more time, more preparation, more of something. That voice is in fact the reflection of fear, dressed as prudence to keep you in the same place. Now more than ever, you must trust what you feel. It is not a matter of logic, and trying to decipher this sign with only the mind can be a mistake. The rational mind often tries to protect, but in trying to protect, it can also block the flow of energy that now presents itself. This flow is sensitive, It does not allow itself to be captured by calculations or analyses. It requires intuitive trust, almost like a leap into the dark, where you do not see exactly where you will land, but you trust that the ground will be there to hold you. You have already noticed the changes around you, small things, which for others might go unnoticed, but which in you generate a restlessness, a premonition that something big is about to happen. This restlessness is not for nothing. It is the internal preparation for the transformation that approaches. But transformation only occurs when you accept it, when you choose to open the doors of your being and allow the new to enter, with all its uncertainty, with all its potential. Perhaps you feel a mix of excitement and apprehension. That is normal. What is to come is not guaranteed, because nothing in life is. But this uncertainty, instead of being seen as an obstacle, can be your greatest ally. Uncertainty frees you from the shackles of control. It allows you to surrender to the journey without needing to know in advance every turn, every obstacle, every victory. And when you truly surrender, that is when the magic happens. You have waited long enough. The circumstances that held you back in the past no longer have power over you. It is easy to look back and see all the reasons why things didn't work out, why you thought you weren't ready. But now is not the time to look back. The past had its function. It was a hard but necessary school. And even if you cannot see it clearly, every step you took to get here, every fall, every mistake, every restart, brought you exactly to this moment, a moment of decision. The sign is clear. Now is the time to act. There is no more room for waiting. What is being revealed to you is a path that will not be traversed if you continue hesitating. The opportunity does not wait forever. It arises at the exact moment when you are prepared for it, but it is up to you to seize it or let it pass. Perhaps you think you are not ready yet. Perhaps you think you need more time, more clarity, more guarantees. But the sign that was given to you came now because you already have what you need. The tools are within you. They are not in some distant place waiting to be discovered. They are here available, just waiting for you to trust yourself enough to use them. Even if you don't see all the pieces of the puzzle yet, it is essential that you take the next step with faith. Faith in yourself, faith in the process, faith in the flow of life that brought you here. Every sign, every synchronicity, every little coincidence that caught your attention in recent times is the universe conspiring to guide you in the right direction. And this direction is aligned with what you have always wanted in silence. The desire that resides deep in your soul, the one you may have kept hidden for fear of being vulnerable or for thinking you were not worthy, this desire is legitimate. It was not born in vain. It is the reflection of who you really are and everything you came to do in this world. Ignoring the sign would be ignoring yourself, and that now is no longer an option. What you are being called to do is more than fulfilling a dream. It is living according to your truth. And living this truth requires courage, yes, but it also requires profound honesty with yourself. It is not about pleasing others, about following external expectations. The sign that now presents itself is personal. It came to you because only you can respond to it. No one else has the key to this door, and no one else will be able to walk this path in your place. The question that remains then is, are you ready to hear what you have always known? Are you willing to stop ignoring the impulses that call you out of the ordinary, beyond what is comfortable? Because what awaits you is not the comfort of a predictable life, but the expansion of a journey that will take you to places you never imagined. Comfort holds you back, growth sets you free, and it is precisely this freedom that the sign offers you now. But you need to choose whether you will continue listening to the voices of doubt that in trying to protect you keep you small, or if you will listen to the deeper voice, the one that pushes you toward the unknown but also to fulfillment. This is a choice that only you can make, and deep down, you already know the answer. Because the sign that now presents itself did not come to ask you a question you do not know the answer to, but to confirm what you already felt. Now is the time to honor this truth, to respond to the call. There are no guarantees, it's true, but what is more guaranteed than life itself, which constantly calls you to grow, to evolve, to be more than you thought you could be? The time to wait is over. The sign is before you. The sign you've been waiting for is here. It is not an invitation to hesitate, but to act. Now is the time to listen to this inner voice, to embrace what the universe has placed before you, and take the next step towards your truth. The journey begins with a decision, and that decision is in your hands. There is no more time to ignore, to wait for an ideal tomorrow. The path opens now, and only you can walk it. If this message touched something in you, if it made you reflect or feel that it is time to act, share your experience in the comments. We want to know what this sign represents for you and how it resonates with your experiences. Subscribe to continue receiving content that helps you awaken and connect with your deepest essence. Don't forget to leave your like. It helps spread this message to others who are also in search of their sign. Together, we can build a community of souls that do not ignore the call of the universe.